You take 4 of the Kansas starters. Together, they're averaging 28 points a game. Danny Manning averaging 24 all by himself.
He's a Rolls-Royce player. He's genuine thoroughbred, a PT peer. You can use every adjective to describe Danny Manning. He only needs 27 points today to break the Big 8 record of Wayman Tisdale. And an outstanding player. Mike, it's a lock. He will be the #1 player selected in the NBA draft. He has lived up to all the accolades, a bona fide All-American.
If Oklahoma wins its game tonight and Kansas State loses its game, that would mean the Sooners would clinch at least a tie for the Big 8 championship.
Billy Tubbs has done one heck of a job. He has allowed these players to play the game the way they play on the playgrounds. Run, baby, run. He's allowed them to have their creativity, and he's just done a fantastic job with a bunch of new players.
He's had veterans come through for him, and then he's taken junior college transfers, and they've been stars.
Mookie Blaylock, remember this name. Outstanding defensive player. He leads the nation in a number of steals. He's added a new personality to this team with his defense, and also a guy by the name of Stacey King. He has now become a legitimate contender to be an NBA first-rounder. He gives them inside power. I can't wait to see this team. We've been here 24 hours, and all I've heard, they said, Dick Vitale, you sing the praises of the Big East, the ACC, and the Big Ten. Wait till you see Oklahoma. Well, we're going to see them, Mike.
All right, if you want points, they average 105 a game. And we'll be back for Kansas and Oklahoma. Right now, let's go to Bob Lee.
Okay, Michael, as we said at the top, don't blink tonight. You might miss something. But Kansas held Oklahoma in the 70s the first time they met this year. That game in Lawrence. It's going to be a very busy night. 17's in the top 20. It's the first of our 2 live games. Second game was Georgetown and St. John's. And at halftime of this game, in about 45 minutes, I will have a live conversation with Big East Commissioner Dave Gavitt as the Big East laid down the law last night. New guidelines for violence on the court. 2 games. We'll take a look at OU in action after this. ESPN's NCAA basketball. Kansas and Oklahoma. Brought to you by Toyota and the 4x4 trucks that give you power, performance, and style. By the financial professionals at Payne Weber. And by BF Goodrich TAs. We make your car perform.
During the 1983, 84, and 85 season, Oklahoma fans had the pleasure of watching one Wayman Tisdale, who set one record after another, 2,661 total points. He did it in only 3 seasons in a Sooner uniform. It's taken Danny Manning 4, but he is only 27 points shy of becoming the #1 scorer all time in the Big 8. For the lineups for Kansas and Oklahoma, let's go to public address announcer Dan Lanning.
This evening's starting lineups. First for the Jayhawks of Kansas. At forward, a 6'8 senior, number 24, Chris Piper. At forward, a 6'4 junior, number 21, Milt Newton. At center, a 6'10 senior, number 25, Danny Manning. At guard, a 6'3 sophomore, number 14, Kevin Richard. And at guard, a 6' junior, number 4, Clint Normore. And now, your Oklahoma Sooners. At forward, a 6'5 senior, number 44, Dave Seeger. Forward, a 6'8 senior, number 25, the General, Harvey Grant. At center, a 6'10 junior, number 33, Stacey Sky King. At guard, a 6'1 senior, number 14, Ricky Amazing Grace. At guard, a 6' junior, number 10, Mookie Blaylock.
Oklahoma 12-0 at home, 76-2 in their last 78 appearances here. We'll be back in a moment.
To win tonight, Larry Brown's got to figure a way that he can get the Jayhawks to get the early lead so that they control the tempo of the game. And Pritchard's going to have to hit that perimeter shot to open up some of the lanes inside to Danny Manning. On the other side, I really believe Oklahoma has to contain the role players, the complementary players. Mookie Blaylock's got to play the great defense. We know Manning will get his points. And Ricky Amazing Grace has got to get this club to run, baby, run, to utilize the full court, Mike, up-tempo. Get ready for NBA-style basketball.
Manning against Grant, and King loses the handle on the ball. Kansas will have the first play. This is Clint Normore, free safety on the football team, getting his first start because of an injury to Jeff Gelder, as if Kansas has not had enough injury and academic problems already.
Normore started for Wichita State, played basketball and football, and transferred here.
Milt Newton. King with the rebound, and this is Ricky Grace. They call him amazing. Leads the nation in steals. He is a lot of fun to watch on defense.
3 passes, I can't believe it.
Excuse me, Blaylock.
4 passes.
Grant. Yeah, that's a set offense there, isn't it?
I couldn't believe it. 4 passes before they shot the basketball.
Manning averaging 24 points a game, and he is brilliant.
Excellent spacing right there. Manning does a tremendous job holding off in the post. Man-to-man defense by Kansas.
Grace for 3. Line drive.
Ricky Grace and Mookie Blaylock don't hesitate. They shoot it as soon as they touch it. Here comes the full court trapping press. Zone trap.
Normore gets it over to Chris Piper, who's playing with a badly pulled groin.
He's had injuries all year long.
Yep.
Right? He's really been struggling physically, but he's a tough competitor.
And the only way that groin injury is going to get better is with surgery, but he doesn't want to have it till the season's over. And there is Piper trying to cut through. Blaylock and Grace.
Oh, how smooth.
Grace missed, but he's fouled.
Blaylock and Grace are familiar with each other, Mike. They played together at Midland Junior College, so they've really adjusted well when Blaylock came out of junior college here to join his teammate Grace. There's excellent pass right here. There's the cut. Excellent cut to the goal. Grace is a real quick player. They got ultra quickness in that backcourt.
Well, you could tell Normore was a football player. He just gave him a shot and made sure.
He led the team in tackling for Kansas. Well, they had to tackle a lot of people. They really struggled in football.
Yeah, he's used to adversity, too. Grace hits the first.
I think when you rate the great backcourts in America, you know, we talk Davender and Chapman, certainly Evans and Macon, but we have to talk Grace and Blaylock. They've really been brilliant here at Oklahoma.
Averaged 32 points and 14 assists a game between them.
There's the full court trap with Stacey King at the point. Look at Manning handle the ball, Mike. He's multidimensional.
Long pass down court. Pritchard just saved it. Crowd wanted to travel.
That was a great catch. He demonstrated great hands there, Pritchard.
Ball's knocked out of bounds, and it's out to Oklahoma.
There's a look at Larry Brown. The big question, will Larry Brown be back on the sideline next year at Kansas?
What do you think?
We'll get into that later.
All right. You brought it up. I thought I'd pursue it.
I think he's gone.
Blaylock. Manning got a hand on it, but Blaylock gets the loose ball. King. Pritchard with a rebound for Kansas.
Kevin Pritchard really right now is a real fierce competitor. He's a competitive individual.
Manning goes into backcourt and lets it go rather than to pick it up there and bring it in. And Larry Brown up saying, what did you do that for?
You know, it's amazing when you see the statistics of Danny Manning as you look at Larry Brown on that sideline. He's a very unselfish player, Mike. He really has great totals, and he's been so unselfish throughout his career.
Newton gets it to Manning. Working against Grant.
Grant's going to have his hands full trying to check Manning.
King goes for the steal. Pritchard. Rimmed it, and the rebound goes to King.
Stacey King's been a dominator in the lane. He's given him some excellent play in a 3-second area.
Mookie Blaylock, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. He started to pass, just kept walking with it.
There's a look at Billy Tubbs. Billy Tubbs has done a great job in that he's allowed these players to use their creativity.
Blocking foul will be called against Grant. Harvey picks up his first. If the name is familiar and he looks familiar, it's because he's a twin brother of Horace Grant.
We take a look right now. Grant against Danny Manning. Grant trying to beat him to the spot. No, he's a little bit slow coming over. Danny Manning's so flexible. In the NBA, he will be a finesse player, a number 3 player. Play the small forward position.
Manning, a little jump hook. Kept alive by Piper. Oh, what a job.
He's a tough collegian, very aggressive player, and an excellent defender. Plays real good post defense.
Missed 4 games earlier with arthroscopic surgery, as we told you, playing with that bad groin. The miss by Grant, and here comes Kansas. Pritchard trying to go end-to-end, and he walked.
Should have given the ball up just a little bit sooner. You know, if there's one rap on Danny Manning, he's not really a power player in that he's an aggressive rebounder. He has a tendency to be a little bit soft in attacking the glass.
This is Siegler.
He can shoot the three-point shot. Had 8 in 1 game, which is a Big 8 record.
Grace for 3. Same spot he hit the first one. And the only problem Oklahoma has is when they don't shoot well, that's when they're vulnerable.
Well, that's why they were beaten by LSU and also Kansas State.
Bad alley-oop pass, but they get it back to Manning. He's short on a jumper.
Good point you made, Mike. They shot 31% and 38 against Dale Brown's team and Lonnie Kruger's Kansas State team.
Blaylock misses. Both teams cold. Oklahoma 1 out of 7. Kansas 1 out of 6. We played 4 minutes.
Oklahoma's so explosive, though. All it takes is that 1 3-minute cycle where they can blow open about 8-9 points in a row.
Newton to Piper. Piper, nice pass underneath, but Normore couldn't handle it.
Oklahoma's zoning right now.
Manning misses again.
I'll tell you, Grant reminds me of a young version of Bob McAdoo.
Seeger. Blaylock, big leaper. Seeger with a follow, hit the side of the boards. 10 guys who can't shoot straight so far.
But I think they're going to get it going. I really do.
This is certainly the Kansas advantage because Oklahoma has had some tempo going.
Oh, look at that look right there by Manning.
Piper, nice fake that missed the shot. Manning with a rebound and the foul. First foul on Danny Manning. 15:05 to go in the first half. It's a 1-point game. For our game, Jim Kelly and Bill Raftery standing by to bring you Georgetown and St. John's. That's at the conclusion of our ball game. Larry Brown talking to his Kansas players. Are down by 1.
I really believe that Larry Brown will be elsewhere next year, Mike. I was teasing him at the shoot-around today, along with John Feinstein, the outstanding writer who's in town to do a story from the Washington Post. I said, Larry, you will be history, no longer at Kansas. He said, Dick, we're having a great recruiting class. Put this down. He said, we don't have anyone yet, but at the end of this year, we're going to have a great recruiting class. I'll tell you what I'll do. They have late night with Larry to kick off their college basketball season. I will get on my knees and scrub the Allen Fieldhouse on their court if Larry Brown is coaching next year.
Tell you what, that'd be worth it to him to stay here just to see it.
I'll tell you one thing. I just think he's going elsewhere. I really do, Mike.
King leans into one whistle. Offensive foul. That looked like a pretty good call as Stacey King really leaned in on it.
Stacey's been such a plus player for this team this year. He's been a positive force inside. Piper trying to deny him the ball. There comes Manning. Good job by Danny Manning rotating over and taking the charge.
Here's the full court press. They get it up to Clint Normore. Normore ahead to Newton. Now Normore will try to set up the offense.
As you alluded to earlier, they've had so many tough breaks, losing Branch in the middle academically.
Bad pass by Normore, but they got it kicked back outside to Pritchard. This is Piper. Newton down the lane, little finger roll.
He's from out of Washington, D.C. He's been really a positive player since he got in the starting lineup to replace Marshall, who was injured, had a knee injury in a holiday festival against St. John's.
Since becoming a starter, he's been in double figures every game but one, and Kansas has the lead at 6-5. King this time doesn't lean and missed the shot. A steal and a follow. Grant gets the point.
Doesn't he look a little bit like McAdoo to you? I swear I see a little bit of McAdoo. I coach McAdoo a little bit with the Detroit Pistons.
Tell you who he looks more like. That's Horace.
Yeah, he does.
Pritchard for the jumper.
Great job in breaking the pressure, getting the ball to the center of the court, hitting the little baseline jumper.
Grace for
three-point land.
Grace only shooting 37%. He did better than that a year ago, and the press is not doing him very much good. That is an offensive foul on Newton, and King just stood his ground. Bad decision by Newton.
I disagree with you right now, and you and I have had some battles. Their press, Mike, is for one purpose. They want to speed the game up. Here's the charge right there. What they're trying to do is to get you to shoot the ball quickly. And even if you score, they're not worried about it. Their philosophy is, we'll give you the deuce, we'll get 3.
Well, most of the time this year they've done it. 11 out of 12 games at home, they've scored more than 100 points. And over the last 3 seasons, this being the 4th, they're 76-2 at home. Grace for 3. Knocked away. Grant.
Little McAdoo, Mr. Grant. He's going to be an NBA first-rounder. Could be a lottery selection.
Scooter Berry, number 10 into the ball game for Kansas.
Everyone knows that name. Daddy was Rick Barry, one of the greats ever to play the game in the NBA.
Has it knocked away, got it back. Oklahoma really hustling on defense, trying to create something. Manning goaltending on King.
Did you see that quick move and that explosive move by Manning, a crossover step? They reversed the ball to Danny. Now watch this crossover step. I mean, he just blows by him. What a star he's going to be in the NBA at that small forward position.
Manning has 4. They've cut the lead to 2. King inside, had it slapped away. And that's going to be a foul on Berry reaching in.
Mike, the one common denominator of a Larry Brown basketball team is the fact that they play excellent team defense.
King goes to the line. He's averaging 20.7 points a game. And look how he has come on since last season.
There are some people think that next year he can get himself into position to possibly be a lottery selection in the top 7 of the NBA.
He's certainly got the numbers for it.
You know what's really amazing about this basketball team? You think about losing 3 key players like Kennedy, Johnson, and McAllister. They bring in new players, and they're 24-2. That's a credit to Billy Tubbs.
And he has gone the junior college route for a lot of his talent. 7 junior college transfers on this team. And that's Kevin Pritchard, and he cuts the lead to 1 at 13-12.
What they're doing, and they're doing it well, they're finalizing against the press.
Yes, they are. King, triple team.
What a great look. What a great look to the weak side to Blaylock for the open layup.
Manning helping out. Grant knocks it away. Blaylock signaling to his teammates to come on back and help on this press.
They just keep coming after you. There's a look at the dapper Larry Brown. Remember, he should be a member of my old GQ team. This guy can flat out dress. And can he coach?
Manning, the pass almost stolen there. Pritchard gets it up to Berry. 3-on-2. Pritchard missed the follow, and that's going to be offensive interference.
No doubt about it. Good call by the official. Pritchard's from out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
It's an all-academic Big 8 selection. Was the 2-time Oklahoma State Player of the Year in high school.
Oh, nice entry inside.
Race to King, and Manning with a rejection.
Manning's doing it all. I'll tell you, Mike, he's playing defense. He's taking a charge. He's blocked the shot. I love Danny Manning. I just think he's just a tremendous multi-dimensional athlete.
Interesting what Danny Ferry of Duke said after he played against him. He said he's got my vote as Player of the Year.
They enter the ball down inside to Mr. King. He gets the deuce.
17-12 Oklahoma with that 5-point lead.
Well, don't tell anyone he's not getting my vote right now. I'm going with Hersey Hawkins. I don't see how Hawkins could be denied.
Berry lost the ball on the way in. Blaylock tries to get it ahead and does to King.
To me, there's a difference as we watch another 3.
Grace with a brick that time.
Mike, there's a difference between being the Player of the Year and the best player in the United States.
I agree with you, Dick. Strange as it might be, I agree.
You agree with me?
Yeah, I'll have to rethink my position.
And I said all those positive things about you today on a radio show. I'm taking them all back.
Pritchard. Little 10-footer didn't get the roll. Seager with a rebound.
They have to make those shots count.
Picked off at the other end by Keith Harris, who's checked in for the first time. Manning lost it. Kansas can't afford to be sloppy. They have to score when they get the opportunity.
They have to make each possession count.
Seager for 3.
He's a 3-point shooter.
Well, they'll put it up from anywhere, and any one of them that's in there will fire it.
As soon as they come out of the locker room, as we look at the turnovers, Kansas with 8.
Pritchard looking for Manning. Manning has not had that many offensive opportunities yet. He gets one now as Barry got him the ball, but jump hook. Manning was 6.
Manning will get his 25 before the night's over. It's important for Oklahoma to shut down the complimentary players.
King, little strong. Manning got his hands on it, then knocked away, stolen by Grant. Foul on Grant, and that's number 2 on the senior from Sparta, Georgia. 10:03 to go first half, a 3-point Oklahoma lead.
Playing defense. There's the entry inside. Ball's rotated over to Stacey King, and here comes rejection city. Danny Manning with the excellent timing says, no, Stacey, get it out of the lane. Now look at him inside, locking down low. We just saw him on a defensive end. Harvey Grant has no chance. That's an NC, no contest in the lane right there.
It's 17-14 Oklahoma over Kansas. Dick, you mentioned the fact that Larry Brown may be going somewhere else. Certainly that is a rumor, but where do you think he might go?
So many rumors. I believe he can go to Charlotte. I don't know if he wants to sit through 20 and 62 with an expansion team.
For 5 years.
Well, maybe 3 years for sure.
Traveling violation against Kansas as Lincoln Minor turns it over for the first time. That's 9 turnovers against the Jayhawks.
There's Larry. I'll tell you one thing. Wherever he goes, he'll give his best. He's a great, great teacher.
Foul inside will be against Kansas. That'll be on Mike Masucci, number 44. 6'10", 220, a freshman from Grandview, Missouri. He's in for the first time and battling against Grant.
Masucci suffered a concussion when he played against Oklahoma and missed several games. He fell, I said, on top of Danny Manning.
Seeger strong on the three-pointer. And they have had some wide-open three-point shots.
There's another one.
Grant just inside the line. He misses. King with an offensive rebound. And the follow.
Oh, they need Mr. Manning on the floor. What a move that was to the goal for the big player.
He will be back in at the next dead ball situation. Got him out for just a little bit of a breather. This is Otis Livingston, number 12. Both teams using a lot of players here early in the half because of the tempo.
Otis Livingston has not lived up to the billing coming out of junior college. They thought that he'd be the answer to Cedric Hunter graduating at that point guard slot. Excellent motion on the offense. Look at the way they move without the ball.
Piper gets it down low to Harris, and Keith Harris cuts the lead to 3.
Harris had some big games last year. He saved them for the national spotlight as a freshman, played brilliantly in national televised games, and it was up and down most of the season.
It's out of Santa Monica, California. They go low to King. He kicks it back outside. Seeger for 3 again. That's the spot they all like to shoot it.
That was an NBA 3, Mike. He was way behind that line.
Knocked out of bounds out to Kansas.
Here comes Danny.
Incidentally, for Oklahoma, although they get a lot of the points, Seeger is only a 40% shooter from that three-point line. Blaylock, 36. Grace, 37. A couple of guys off the bench like Tyrone Jones, 37.
He can shoot the ball. Jones originally signed with Kansas, but never really went to a practice session. Decided to go to Vegas for a while, and then he went to junior college. He's been all over.
Oklahoma's already tried 9 three-pointers. They've made 3. Oklahoma nice pump fake inside, but Piper missed the shot.
What a pass. Oklahoma's shooting 32%.
Manning won't miss it.
Danny Manning. Is he a PT peer? I had him against North Carolina State, and he gave Jimmy Valvano and the people down there an unbelievable show.
22-18. Grant.
Harvey says, how do you like this one, Danny? We'll meet in the NBA again.
And they almost threw it away under that pressure one more time.
Oh, nice play.
Minor gave it up, got it back, and then lost it. Good pass from Livingston.
Lincoln Minor played in junior college with Ricky Grace and Mookie Blaylock. He gives it up, little give and go. Little maybe intimidation. He expected, look at a big guy ready to come over to block the shot. Stacey King, number 33.
Kansas has turned it over 10 times in 12 minutes, and they can't do that against Oklahoma.
What a junior college team they had at Midland Junior College in Texas. With Minor playing together with Blaylock. They beat San Jacinto, gave them their only loss in the Final Four, and then lost in the national championship to Southern Idaho.
In the one year, they had Grace playing with them.
Man-to-man defense. They play much better defense this year than they did last year.
Manning got bumped a little bit, still got the shot off and cuts the lead to 4. Danny Manning already in with 10.
He knows how to utilize his body, Mike. Put the 25 in the book. It's 25 plus. Will you stop worrying about it? Put it in the book.
King leans into one, doesn't get it. Somehow they get it back. Tyrone Jones in the game for the first time. This is Jones, three-pointer, line drive short.
Jones is a good shooter.
Oklahoma with a quick hands, and they really go for the steal.
They have to be satisfied to be up 4 shooting the ball the way they've shot it thus far. Very simple offense. Move the basketball, flash to the ball, some people down in the boxes.
Jones. Martin is in there trying for the rebound, but Manning gets it.
Martin's a power player. He's given him some productive minutes off the bench.
When Lincoln Minor comes back in the ballgame, keep an eye on him for Kansas. He has one of the worst stats in college basketball. I'm sure he'd love to break it. As Manning leans in.
Oh,
what a shot.
That's got to be the best shot of the year. Unbelievable move. Magic Johnson couldn't make that move, baby. Danny Manning, Mr. Superstar.
He's got 12. They cut the lead to 2. More about Lincoln Minor in a minute. 6.5 minutes to go in the half.
Watch this move by Danny Manning. I know I get a little bit enthused and excited, and sometimes I gush a little bit. Now, you tell me, look at that spin. Now, he's up and under. He hangs. He splits 2 defenders. Remember, people, this is a 6'10 player. Is that an agility? Check this agility. He's agile. He's mobile. But he's not fragile.
But is he hostile?
No, he's not hostile at times.
6 out of 9 for Danny Manning after he missed 2 out of his first 3. The rest of the Kansas team shooting 5 out of 11. Really not bad. That's 45%. That's why they're within 2 of Oklahoma. Wanted to finish up the point on Lincoln Minor. When he comes back in the ballgame, if he takes a 3-point shot, it will be his 18th of the season. If he makes it, it will be his first.
Oh.
And you know he desperately wants to make one. Blaylock had the shot and passed on it.
See how simple they keep their offense. They allow the kids some creativity, freedom to shoot the ball where they want, try to get some good angles offensively.
Martin, a little turnaround jump shot, no good, but he's fouled, and the foul will go on Keith Harris, the sophomore from Santa Monica, California.
Keith Harris is an interesting story. I was a little tough on him in an earlier telecast, Mike, because he's had some problems in terms of his own discipline as an individual. In fact, he missed a lot of games, didn't start playing again until the latter part of December because of some discipline reasons. A little immature, has to learn to realize there's more in life than just basketball, and getting to that classroom is as important, but I think he's starting to make those strides.
Martin out of Los Angeles hits the first free throw. King goes out, and Grant comes back in.
Kansas has got a great place. They had that 55-game win streak. Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, they chant. It's just a beautiful, beautiful basketball environment. There's the steal on the inbounds.
Martin with the offensive rebound and the foul.
That's what that defensive pressure does, Mike. It wears you down. There it is. Another turnover. See, everybody talks about their offense. Look at right now, Martin's pumping up the crowd. Larry Brown doesn't like what he sees because he's a perfectionist.
I have to agree with you, Dick. He's done a heck of a job this year with the players he's lost to academics and injury.
Gets a grade A+ with the job he has done to keep this team battling all the good clubs.
And Larry Brown up on the official there right in front of him. He thought the ball had gone on the sideline out of bounds.
Look at the way they work defensively. I mean, they give their all.
Grant working hard inside, wants the ball. Seeger telegraphed the pass, and it's picked off.
Seeger really struggling offensively, both passing the ball and shooting the ball.
Pritchard.
They got to get the ball to Manning. They can't handle him inside. No way can Grant handle Manning inside.
Normore back in here, pushed off a little bit. Crowd wanted a foul. Billy Tubbs is up.
Look at Danny handle the ball. Can he handle the rock?
Normore to Pritchard.
They're going to try to lock Manning on a post here. Lay a back screen. See, they're not getting a good angle for the entry. There they got it.
Man-to-man on Grant. Fall away. Martin with a rebound.
They only get one shot.
Grace ahead to Blaylock.
Oh, they missed him underneath. Seeger was wide open.
Grant just inside the line.
Count it. You can't allow him to shoot it. He'll be a small forward in the NBA also, Mike.
Lead is 8, 30-22. Pritchard double team. Grace tied him up.
I think we're getting ready to see a patented explosion.
The possession arrow will give this one to Kansas.
Look at these wackos going wild here in Suitorland. Who said they only love football here in Barry Switzer? They love Billy Tubbs, and they like basketball. Who said he couldn't coach defense? That analyst should be fired.
I believe that was you, wasn't it?
Oh, he was great to us last night. Took us all out for dinner. Look at it right here, the steals. Oklahoma with 8, Kansas with 4.
Pritchard double teamed again. They always look for Manning. Found him. Double clutch won't go, but the foul, it'll be on Grace.
Notice how Danny Manning brought his body back into the defensive player and how he seals him off. That's called a power move. Now watch the agility right here of a 6'10 player. Puts it to the deck, comes back with his body, squares it, hangs it. Oh, see, you know what's really sad in a way? That he hasn't had the kind of cast around him, unfortunately, with the academics and the injuries, because a lot of people would have liked to see him in his senior year go out in big-time style over at Kemper down in Kansas City. They still have an outside shot. I mean, it's so wide open, but really the odds are against him, Mike.
Manning hits the second. Those were the first Kansas free throws with 4.5 minutes to go in the half. Danny Manning already with 14. Remember, he needs that 27 to break Wayman Tisdale's conference scoring mark. Nice pass inside to Grant. He buried the turnaround.
Harvey Grant credits Bill Foster, the former coach at Clemson, now at Miami, for really giving him his first shot. Pritchard,
he can hit the open jumper.
Well, he's going to get the open jumper against the zone trap. He's going to have that open jumper on the wing.
Lead is only 6. Whistle and a foul once again. Piper's going to be on Piper for pushing.
Piper trying to defend inside. He's an excellent post player defensively. Larry was quite a player when he played down here in Tar Heel land. Just a tremendous player. Has great respect for Dean Smith.
Scooter Berry will come back in out of Oakland, California, the junior.
You know, everybody talked about Rick Barry as a great scorer. I thought he was one of the best passers for a baseline player that I've ever seen.
Exceptional passer.
And a competitor. You talk about a fighter and a scrapper. He hates to lose right now when they play those old-timer games.
Grant missed it, but Martin got the rebound. They double, triple team him inside. So he turns around and shoots it.
He wasn't about to pass the ball.
For 3, Blaylock, another offensive rebound.
Now they'll try another 3. They spread, put 2 guys on the boxes inside. So they play 3 out, 2 in. There's 2 on the boxes.
Grant,
great look.
And he's fouled.
What a pass by Harvey Grant. Unselfish, 3-2 offense. I'll tell you one thing, this team is definitely a legitimate contender for the national championship. They have so many weapons, Mike. Take a look from up on top. They're going to dump it to the box. The defense rotates over. What an unselfish play. Excellent look by Harvey Grant.
Dick, Oklahoma does not get the kind of national publicity that a lot of other teams get, like Big East teams, ACC, Big Ten teams. And I don't think Billy Tubbs has ever gotten the recognition he deserves. You take a look at his record. He's won nearly 3 out of 4 games since he's been here. And the first year he was here was a disaster. He's really built a powerhouse here in Norman. The lead is 9 with 3:33 to go in the half. Dave Gavitt will be our special guest, the Big East commissioner, at halftime. Bob Lee will have top 20 scores and highlights, and then we'll be back here at Oklahoma. Dick will talk about the first half. There's a good look at Billy Tubbs. In 8 years, 189 and 69. He is only 11 games shy of becoming the #1 winningest coach in Oklahoma basketball history.
He's done really a first-class job, and as I said earlier, letting the kids play and demonstrate their great skills. See, he wants to pick up the tempo right here with the pressure.
Pritchard and Berry are the guards.
Jerry Tarkanian speaks very highly of Billy Tubbs. He said, as you just mentioned, check out his record.
Piper with the jumper. Manning got a hand on the rebound, but it's knocked out of bounds.
You were mentioning visibility and exposure a little bit earlier about the different conferences. The Big 8 is certainly right there in the top 5 conferences in America. If a team like Iowa State, I've said this time and time again, can have 7 losses in that conference, you know how good this conference is. They beat Purdue at Purdue.
They've had an outstanding year as a conference. Manning now has 16. The lead is back down to 7. We hit the 3-minute mark in the first half.
Everything Kansas does is from the deuce. They'll go 3.
Blaylock with a miss. Big rebound to Harris.
Harris really can help this team. I'm glad to see him back on the court, getting his act together.
Kansas would love to have a couple of baskets here to cut into that lead before they go to the dressing room. And the lower they can keep the score, the better their advantage.
He's really a funny guy, too, Billy Tubbs. He has great one-liners. He caused a little stir when he said, bring down all those Big East teams. Bring them down here. We'll kick their butts and send them back to the Big East land.
Unfortunately, those are fighting words, and we've had enough of that.
They had a war here with Pittsburgh. Beat Pittsburgh by 3.
Manning, nice fake to get a shorter shot. Danny Manning has 18. He might beat Tisdale's record in the first half.
Hey, can I be his agent? I really would love to be his agent. Do you think he's going to get a few dollars to sign?
Just a couple.
If Armin Gilliam can get a package of over $9 million as the second pick.
Manning has hit 5 of his last 6 field goals. Here's the steal by Harris. Seager is back, and Harris lost the ball.
Harris might be their best all-around athlete.
Got a break there. I don't think Seager got within a 1.5 feet of it.
Look at the intensity of Billy Tubbs.
Billy Tubbs agrees with me. And now they change it. Now the official who called it didn't have a good angle.
Right now we see the ball go out of the hands. At least they made the right call. Yeah. They did change it.
Seager wasn't even in the vicinity. 35-30. That would have cut it to 3 with 1:55 to go in the half. Martin's had a good first half off the bench for Oklahoma.
Blaylock and Grace haven't played up to their capabilities thus far.
Bad pass by Grace that time. And Oklahoma got it back.
Seager hasn't hit a 3 yet. They're matching up. They're aware where he is on the floor.
Martin alley-oop inside. Good defense, knocked away. But the foul is going to go against Kansas. They'll call it on Scooter Berry. He just threw his body back in there trying to reject it. That's a good foul.
We take a look from up on top. They try to get the high-low entry inside. There's the physical contact by Barry. Rich Eichhorst right on a call. I think Seager might have hit 1. Did he hit 1-3 thus far, Mike?
Yes, he did.
He went from the top of the circle, did he not? Yeah, he hit the NBA 3.
Grant, 10 points, couple of rebounds, 3 steals in the first half. Missed that free throw, however, and Piper with a rebound.
His brother's been very productive for the Chicago Bulls with Doug Collins and Michael Jordan and company.
Harris short on the jumper.
Run, baby, run, shoot the rock. That's their philosophy. When open, let it fly.
Grace wide open. And kick back outside. Nice play by Grant. Grace again.
Try again, Ricky, baby.
Well, if you shoot enough of them, one's going to go in, right?
Try again. 3 opportunities. Usually get hurt the 3rd time.
Oklahoma has already tried 15 three-point shots. That's the first half. They've made 3 of them.
As I said earlier, they shot over 500 attempts thus far from three-point land.
Larry Brown wants Kansas to take some time off the clock. That's the game clock you're seeing.
Like they averaged 7 three-point shots as a foul, silly foul. They averaged making 7.3 for the season. And he's one of the key reasons why.
Seager commits the personal.
The foul is charged to Oklahoma's Dave Seager, his first personal foul.
That's only the 5th team foul. Excuse me, that's the 15th foul against Oklahoma. Kansas committed 7, so they have 1 more to waste.
Take a look at this graphic right here. 3 for 15 thus far tonight.
Hey, 37-1 is nothing that lights up the sky either.
The norm is about 39
right
on a national norm.
Kansas can hold it for the last shot. That foul gave them a new 45 seconds on the shot clock, although there were not 45 left.
Watch their spacing offensively. Well drilled. He's a master, Larry Brown. He puts a clinic on. Nice little screen. Tried to get a little screen and roll inside to Manning.
Manning, nice pump fake. Leaned into it. Missed the shot, however. Knocked out of bounds. It's out to Oklahoma with 7 seconds left.
He really utilizes the ball fake and a head fake as well as any player I've seen on a college level.
Believe he thought he was going to be fouled on that play, too.
Here comes another 3. No, he's taking it inside.
Grace leaned into one, missed the shot.
Charge, offensive foul.
Ricky.
2 on Ricky Grace.
Ricky's struggling. Come on, Ricky, make a great play so I can give a little version of Amazing Grace.
I had nothing against the kid, but if you're going to sing, I hope he doesn't get a whole lot better. 2 seconds left. King reached
that's
in,
a foul.
committed a foul.
That's a foul. Silly foul. That's not heady play.
And it was a delayed call, really. I thought they were going to let it go for a second. And with 1 second to go, that'll give him a chance to shoot a 1-and-1.
Billy's got to be upset with that because plays like that really can haunt you, especially at tournament time.
So Manning, who's a 73% free throw shooter, will go to the line looking for his 19th and 20th points of the half.
Yeah, see, you don't make this play right here. First of all, the steal right there is almost useless. You're 45 feet from the goal with 1 second left on the clock. He's like almost automatic on the free throw line.
Manning has had the only 2 free throws in the first half. Has made them both. 35-31. He'll have the chance to cut it to 3, and that's what Billy Tubbs thinks about the situation.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. When you think of all the players he lost, losing those 3 key players and having his team battle for national honors, I think they're the best team in America. I really do. They don't have a weak spot on the floor in terms of offensive.
Blaylock at the buzzer with a miss. So Oklahoma, averaging 105 points a game, has only 35 in the first half and a 3-point lead on Kansas. Stay with us at halftime. We're in Oklahoma. Right now, let's go back to Bob Lee. Scoring game, which has to be in Kansas' advantage, 35-32 at the half. Oklahoma did not shoot the ball that well in the first half. Had an awful lot of 3-point opportunities and missed most of them. But what a half for Danny Manning. Boy, did he show us, or what?
Well, he showed us everything. He showed us offensive ability, defensive ability. Watch this shot right here. Spinning, hanging, twisting, leaning. And there it is right there. He converts. So agile. And then he did it on a defensive end. He played great defense also. He rotates over to give some help. Stacey King trying to post inside. Here comes Mr. Manning. He said it's rejection city. I'll tell you, we watch a player like that. You just see all the skills. He is going to be an unbelievable, I believe, talent at the number 3 position, small forward in the NBA.
Of course, we talk about how great Manning has been and the fact that the tempo has been in Kansas's favor. And Oklahoma has not shot the ball well, but the Sooners are still up by 3 points and they're playing at home. They hardly look like they're in trouble right now. But at the start of the year, nobody was picking Oklahoma to be a contender for number 1. You didn't pick them in the top 20, right?
Well, I know. You take a look right here at all the different picks. When we look at some of the preseason selections for Kansas, I guess this is right now. But you talk about Oklahoma. The reason people did not pick Oklahoma so high, Mike, is because, number 1, they lost so many key players. They lost Timmy McAllister. They lost Darrell Kennedy. They lost David Johnson. And then you look at the Big 8. Everybody thought Missouri would be up there in the top 5 in the United States. But that's a credit to Billy Tubbs. He has really restructured his program and his team. Blaylock's given him a different personality. So has King. We talked about it earlier. I think they're going to be a great, great team at tournament time.
And they should be right in the thick of it. They lead Kansas by 3 at halftime here. We'll be back for the second half in a moment. Oklahoma shooting under 40% in the first half. In the 2 games they've lost this year, they shot under 40%. Kansas shooting it well. They have not tried a 3-pointer. Oklahoma has put up 15 from long range, made only 3. That is 20%. Kansas has had fewer opportunities to the free throw line, but they've made all of them. And in the rebound department, Oklahoma with 12 offensive rebounds, and that's the reason they have a 3-point lead at halftime. The turnovers, Kansas has coughed it up 13 times.
Whenever you see offensive rebounds that high, Mike, that's an indication that you're playing aggressive basketball.
Jumper outside by Blaylock, a 3-pointer.
They just keep coming at you. They don't let you rest. They just keep banging away, shooting the rock.
Well, they said it was a 2-point shot, so the lead, now they credit him with 3, and the lead goes to 6. Blocked inside. That was King who got a hand on it ahead to Blaylock. King with a rebound, fouled by Piper. You have to pay attention with Oklahoma. They can hurt you in a hurry.
They just come at you in so many different weapons. They really have an unbelievable offensive arsenal. You can't really just contain one guy. They can hurt you at 5 different positions.
2 fouls on Piper.
See, most colleges have 1 or 2 players that are key scorers.
King really forced that one up, and Manning got the rebound. Only 6 points away from tying Wayman Tisdale's all-time Big 8 scoring record. This is Normore, guarded by Blaylock. Manning outside.
Man-to-man defense. King trying to work on Manning inside.
Piper with a 19-footer, and it's 38-34. Kansas hanging close. Piper with 4 points on the night.
He's your typical role player. Just does all the little things. Stacey King inside, Mike.
Nice touch by Stacey King.
Here comes the full court trap. They throw right over the top, right to the middle to get the numbers.
2-on-1. Normore gets it off. The bucket by Newton, and he's fouled. King did not have very good position and picked up his 3rd.
King didn't have good position at practice yesterday, and Billy Tubbs was all over him as we look at Tubbs. He got on him yesterday because the second club was taking it right at him. And there's a look at Newton. I mean, he just challenges King. King doesn't have the good angle for the block right there. What I like that what Kansas is doing, rather than play very timid offensively, they are attacking the pressure. They are not just backing the ball up.
Newton completes the 3-point play, and it's 40-37 Oklahoma. 18.5 minutes to go in the game.
See, Seeger's got to give him that 3-point shot to open up the lanes inside to these big people.
Manning came over, really helped on the defense. King put it up anyway.
Oh, nice drop-off inside.
Pritchard commits the foul. Kansas fortunate that Grant didn't get the bucket along with the free throw.
Watch the penetration right here. Oh, nice dish and look inside. Grant with getting fouled on a play, but the defense was broken down that time.
This is the 3rd school for Harvey Grant. He was at Clemson with his twin brother Horace. Transferred out of there to Independence Junior College in Kansas, and then came to Oklahoma.
You know how many other schools he signed with? They tell me he signed the league as he comes up empty on with Vegas, or no, with Reno, with Kentucky, with Georgia State. They put in a new rule now. It's really the Harvey Grant rule. When you come out of junior college and you sign, you have to go. It's definitely valid to that school, or you're ineligible elsewhere.
Newton for 3, and it's tied at 40. Maybe just like giving autographs, Dick.
He was signing a league, I guess it was a league tender, not the national tender with all the different scores.
They'll go for the steal, not get it, and Manning is charged with a foul. That's only 2 on the senior from Lawrence, Kansas. The one great thing about Danny Manning, his statistics, his shooting percentage, his points, and his rebounds go up against the better teams.
He really rises to the occasion when the quality people come in town. He wants QT quality time.
Grace, and neither he nor Blaylock have had big games, and that's Blaylock for the 3.
Just a matter of time before those guys start knocking that down.
Blaylock with 2 3-pointers in the second half now has 8 points. Manning glides in.
I can't get over how graceful he is.
It's a perfect word for it, Dick. 43-42, Oklahoma.
And look how hard he works defensively also, number 25. Look at him boxing
Seeger.
out. He blocked out beautifully right there.
Oklahoma not shy.
Not at all.
Well, this is a shooter's team, I'll tell you.
Well, if you're a kid, you got to like playing this style of basketball.
And a walk charged to Newton, the junior out of D.C.
He lifted his pivot foot. We've been having a lot of that call this year. It's been one of the points of emphasis. You can't lift that pivot foot prior to letting the ball out of your hands.
This team lost a starting forward and a starting center. Archie Marshall and Martin Branch, one to a knee injury, one to academics. There's Stacey King with a bucket, and the foul is going to be on Manning. That's his 3rd. He's picked up 2 in a hurry in this half.
Amazing grace, really breaking down the defense now. Excellent penetration. He's the 3D man. He drives, he draws, and now he dishes. And Stacey says, I love you. I love you. I love you, Ricky. Amazing grace. Amazing. I can't sing, Mike.
No kidding. King trying for the three-point play. Oklahoma has not shot the ball well from the line. And here's the foul on Newton after Seeger swiped it from him. And that could easily be an intentional foul because Newton was just reaching around to prevent the shot.
Bill Newton picks up his third foul, and they really need him on the floor. They don't have any depth at all, Kansas.
Oklahoma by 3, and the Sooners have the basketball. 3 for Grace.
Just a matter of time. I keep saying it. Grace and Blaylock breaking loose.
You get the feeling that it's coming. Newton pulls up and hit it. Good decision by Newton because King was back.
Everybody wanted the walk-in violation. Did he lift his pivot foot?
Newton with 10, and Kansas just hanging around, down by 4.
The reason they're really finalizing in transition against that pressure.
They have really converted most of their break opportunities tonight.
Look at Kansas working defensively.
Grant, pretty move to get by Manning.
Not a good defensive play right there by Danny Manning. He played matador defense. They just blew right by him.
He's got those 3 personal fouls. Might be a little concerned about it.
What
nice
a
feed by Manning. Piper with an offensive rebound. Swiped by King.
That was an excellent pass by Danny Manning.
Another three-pointer by Blaylock. This one won't go. Piper double team.
You have to like Piper.
Another steal by Grant. The foul on Piper.
Look at the Sooner fans going wild right here.
Well, they just reach in and go after it.
It was an excellent rebound. They trap him right here. He's looking for some help. He's trying to protect the ball. Oh, what a great steal by Grant. And then he compounds the problem by fouling him.
Harvey Grant, the leading Oklahoma scorer tonight with 14. He averages 21.5 to lead this club.
They love the Sooners. Not just when Holloway goes around the end. And here goes Holloway for 6 on a big block by Keith Jackson.
Grant trying for the three-point play. Hits it. 53-44 Oklahoma after Kansas had tied it at 40.
This is respect. Watch number 24, Chris Piper, an excellent defensive player, trying to check King inside. Now look at Manning going to come over to rotate. They try to double him up. And there's the block shot by Danny Manning. He has excellent timing defensively.
15:40 to go in the ball game. If you joined us late, it was a pretty tight first half with Oklahoma having the lead nearly all the time. Kansas came back here in the second half to tie it at 40. Since then, Oklahoma has outscored them 13-4. They've had 11 steals and 13 points off those steals. Back to Manning, and Manning contending it was touched by Oklahoma. The referee says no.
See, very similar as we look at Larry Brown. That pressure is similar to Iowa's pressure. Tom Davis plays the same philosophy with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Look at Manning working defensively inside, trying to deny the ball down into Grant.
Grace got it inside to King. He managed to save it, but Scooter Berry got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds.
Piper works so hard defensively. He gives you all the intangibles. You don't see many of the things. Look at him working defensively.
Timeout. And they couldn't get it in bounds, and Oklahoma uses a timeout with 15:15 to go in the game. The Sooners have a 9-point lead. Those are fun. And here, take a look at 2 of the finest scoring machines in college athletics. Number 1 in football, Oklahoma. Number 2 in basketball, Oklahoma.
And they're behind Loyola Marymount. Paul Westhead, what a job he's doing up there in California.
King, soft touch.
What a touch inside. He has really improved his hands also. He had questionable hands. He's just worked so hard.
King has 11, and the lead is its biggest of the ball game at 11. Richard had it knocked away.
They just keep attacking with that pressure, hoping to get that one spurt to really knock you out.
Have to be a tremendous ball handling club with a lot of patience against these guys.
These kids all love to run, too. Every one of them likes to run, run, run. There they go.
Manning had it stripped by Blaylock, and he's ahead of the pack. Missed the shot, but he's fouled. And they're calling it a 2-shot foul on Harris.
Intentional foul means possession of the basketball as well this year.
They said Harris did not go for the ball.
Intentional foul charge to number
When you
45.
talk about Blaylock and you think about some of the junior college players that have made a major impact in the collegiate level, certainly Blaylock is one. Now we watch the entry inside. The ball is popped loose. There's Amazing Grace thrown it to his buddy. There's the catch. There he goes to the goal. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
What a silly foul by Harris.
Kansas lineup, number 24.
Blaylock makes the first. He'll get another. And the importance of this is you get the ball back on an intentional foul.
Exactly. You know, talking about guys that have made a major impact, Dean Garrett as a junior college player, certainly down at Indiana. This is the free throw. We'll be at Indiana on Monday down to see the General. Also, Harvey Grant. You got to think about Rudy Archer, Blaylock, and Mitch Richmond out of Kansas State.
Harris taken out of the ball game, and Larry Brown made the slow walk down to the end of the bench to say something to him. And Harris not very happy at all, but that was not a very bright play on his part. Grace for 3.
Uh-oh. Was that hurt?
Grace has 14. The lead is 15.
I love the way they play the game, too. They play with so much spirit. They like guarding people. Look at the defense right here.
And Kansas, not the kind of team that's going to explode back on them.
They're a better team with Blaylock than they were with McAllister.
Pritchard inside the three-point line. Pritchard makes it 59-46. He has 8 points. Manning has only scored 2 here in the second half after a 20-point opening half.
Piper trying to work really tough defensively inside on King.
Grace. 3 Kansas players fight for it. Manning comes out with it. Comes Berry. Nice pass. Got it inside to Newton. Newton scores, and he's fouled.
I like the way Newton is completing the play and converting. That's the 3rd time tonight, especially here in the second half, that he's converted in transition. So many guys cannot finish the play. There's the good look, the dump down, and now look at the body control. Hangs, delivers it, and says yes.
Since Larry Brown has had to alter his personnel, Kansas has gone more to the three-point shot. In the last 5 games, they've taken 46. Before that, they'd only averaged 4 a game. So they are shooting it more, and they're going to need it, I think, to get back in this down by 10 with 13:45 to go, although that's plenty of time. Blaylock, oh, Manning just came out and swatted it out of bounds. He does everything so effortlessly.
Kansas has taken 143 attempts from three-point land, and you look at Oklahoma, 533. Nice play.
This game. And they missed the snowbird. Follow won't go either. Seeger tried to keep it alive, and the Sooners come out with it. King to Blaylock for 3.
He said, who needs the layup? We'll go down and get a trifecta.
Right, can't make the 2-footers, take one from 20. 62-49.
You think you'd like playing that style of play?
Berry got it, and the foul. Fans wanted to charge, but they'll call the block on Grace.
If you were to chart right now Kansas in attacking the pressure, their offensive efficiency rating would be exceptionally high as the 4th foul on Ricky Grace.
The other thing Billy Tubbs has going for him is he's got players on the bench that can come in for someone like Grace if he gets in foul trouble. This is Terrence Mullins, the freshman from San Francisco, and Lincoln Minor, number 11, is coming in for Kansas. Minor, the young man who's had 17 three-pointers this year and hasn't made one.
He's really had a tough adjustment to the system of Larry Brown. Came out very heralded out of Midland Junior College, but has not been able to really make the adjustment to play a major college basketball. Lincoln Minor.
Scooter Berry shoots free throws just like his dad. Perfect. The lead's back to 10.
Terrence Mullins was really impressive in practice. This guy right here, great legs.
Blaylock misses the three-pointer. Kansas down by 10. They have the basketball.
They have some athletes on the bench you can't believe. Andre Wiley, a guy by the name of Bell. You should see those guys slam dunk. Kenny Manning, so smooth. He can play any one of 5 positions.
Minor being guarded by Blaylock, gives it up to Barry.
Oh, look at the backdoor cut.
And Manning in and out on it. Piper tried to keep it alive, couldn't get it. Nice rebound by Mullins, and a good decision not to throw that length of the court pass. King. What a beautiful touch from that side of the court. Really knows how to use the glass.
He knows how to catch the ball and get the good angle to use the glass. Well, it's going to be a special moment when Danny Manning plays his last game in Kansas.
Oh, won't that be something?
I would love to see that.
Ahead to Newton, 1-on-2, and he backs it out. 64-52 Oklahoma. We've just hit 12 minutes. Blaylock reached in on Barry, got away with one. Nice looking jumper from Newton, who's got some range on his shot, and he cuts the lead to 10. 11:39 to go from Norman, Oklahoma. It's the Sooners by 10. 3 players in the history of college basketball ever scored 2,000 points, had 1,000 rebounds, and shot better than 60%. Lou Alcindor was one. Hard to believe he ever looked that young, Kareem. Patrick Ewing out of Georgetown was another. And David Robinson from Navy, the latest to do it. And on the verge of being able to do it is Danny Manning. The only thing holding him back, 59.6% of his field goals, and he has to shoot a little bit better than 60% in order to reach that goal. Danny Manning tonight with 22. He still trails Tisdale by 4. He's had only 2 shots and 2 points in the second half. Now Kansas with a press.
They're going to a half-court trap. I mean, a full-court trap, going to the diamond.
This is Terrence Mullins, gives it up to Blaylock.
Mullins played in high school with a great player by the name of Chris Monk, who has not become a great player at the University of Southern Cal.
Forced that shot up, and the rebound went to Mike Masucci, number 44. Quickly ahead to Newton. Newton had it blocked from behind by Seeger.
Seeger's really been quiet offensively. We watched the number 44 right here, made a good defensive play, but he has not been able to drill that three-point shot. Here goes Newton. He's been shooting well here tonight. There's the block from behind.
Manning missed, and Lincoln Minor got the follow. Notice how everybody went to Danny Manning, and there was no one to block out.
Look how hard Pritchard plays. I mean, he really plays with intensity.
Lead is down to 8. Trying to work on Manning and get that 4th foul. Not this time. And it's knocked out to Oklahoma.
They had a poor angle. You know, you showed Lou Alcindor a little bit earlier and talked about those stats. To me, he's the greatest center in the history of basketball at the NBA level, including Russell and Chamberlain as a complete center, offensively, defensively, and what he's done to test time.
King, not his side of the court. Lincoln Minor, nice feed to Masucci. Wasted too much time in the lane with a head fake.
Yeah, well, he didn't really catch the ball and get a good feel for it.
Dick, I'll throw this one at you. I think Bill Walton might have been if he had been healthy.
Well, he had probably the greatest year any post player ever had in that 1 year with Portland.
And what a college player. Seeger just inside the line. That's a 2-pointer, and the lead is back at 11.
That really means so much to their offense when he's hitting that perimeter shot. It just creates better angles to pass the ball.
Pritchard with a 3-on-2, and Pritchard has done that several times tonight. When he has the advantage, he pulls up for the short jumper. Now the officials have stopped the clock. I think they're checking the scoreboard.
They want to check whether the previous one was given a deuce or a 3.
And it was a 2. And Larry Brown says thanks. Now they backed it back to 8. The scoreboard operator had made it a 9 or given him a 3-point shot when it was only 2. And now the officials are going to call both coaches together and make sure it gets straightened out.
That's the only way that both coaches can leave the coach's box.
Supposedly.
They're beckoned right. Well, they can leave it, but they'll be banged with that tee.
Yeah, but how many have we seen leave it and not get it?
You're being tough on those officials. Hey.
Well, I think it's not necessarily this crew of officials. I think it's when you put the rules in and then you interpret the thing, it just gets all out of hand.
Well, there's Seeger right now. He's definitely inside that 3-point line. Close.
You say so?
It's close.
You know how I always like to agree with you. Here's a double team and a foul.
Kansas is really rotating both full court and half court into a trap. Right now, they'll be susceptible to the diagonal pass and the layup to the weak side.
Foul was on Lincoln Minor, his first.
People hear weak side, strong side. The ball side is always defined as the strong side. The weak side is the play away from the ball in the trap.
Good look at Billy Tubbs with 9:59 to go. What a record at home.
6 consecutive 20-win seasons for this guy also since he's been here. 5 consecutive NCAA berths. They'll get number 6 again this year.
Seeger will go to the line. Scooter Berry comes back in, and Pritchard will go out. Seeger, a 65% free throw shooter.
You know how you define whether a coach is really doing a job? Whether or not he's getting maximum out of his talent. Larry Brown is certainly getting maximum out of his personnel.
Sure is. Seeger hits the free throw.
I envy the way he dresses. He can really flat out dress. He was all upset with me because I didn't pick him on an all GQ team. He said, Dick, I don't want to be with those guys you picked, Digger, Phelps, and all them. He said, because if they stand by a radiator, their clothes will burn.
Oh, that's cold.
Where do we see Digger Saturday night? You talk about sartorial splendor. We have Notre Dame against Vanderbilt.
68-58 with 9 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the game. We're in Norman, Oklahoma.
See, there's the passing game. Pass and go away. Watch when they make a pass, they cut away. See, notice they fill spots. Want to always be spread 15 feet apart. Notice the motion. Pass and go away.
Berry hesitated beautifully and then leaned into one. They've cut it to 8.
And Rick jumps up in his living room and says, that's my boy. They hang in there. They don't quit, do they, Mike?
No, they don't. And they really don't look real pretty doing it, but somehow they get it done. Played a great game against Duke.
They really did. They had a 15-point lead. Duke came all the way back, but it was really tough down the stretch in overtime.
Now the officials conferring again. They'll give the ball to Kansas. And one called it one way, one the other, and they conferred, and that's good officiating, although Billy Tubbs didn't like the call.
Some major controversy going on in officiating in a Big 8 with Jim Bain. Right now, Leonard Hamilton and Larry Brown said they don't want to see him blowing a whistle when Missouri is on the floor.
I noticed where the Big 8 said they wouldn't make the results of that public, and I think that's a mistake. I think you have to have things out in the open. Manning, triple team, got it anyway. Manning now with 24.
What excellent execution also. He's getting close to Wayman Tisdale's Big 8 record. Needs 3.
And more importantly, Kansas is getting close to Oklahoma. They're down by only 6. King, pretty runner.
You got to like Stacey King. He's a different player than he was last year coming off the bench, having a very good second half.
4 Oklahoma players in double figures. King, Grant, Grace, and Blaylock. Pritchard faked the three-pointer, goes to the baseline, had to force it up, and fortunate that he got a foul out of it. Going to flag Mullins for that one.
The foul is
Pritchard trying to play the point guard slot, adjusting to that role. He's basically a second guard. They really miss Cedric Hunter. He was really an irreplaceable player to this basketball team.
number 14, Kevin Pritchard.
Pritchard goes to the line out of Tulsa. 2-time player of the year in high school. Kansas, as a team, has hit all 7 of its free throws. Make it all 8. Oklahoma's gone to the line 17 times, but they've hit only 10. May be crucial down the stretch.
They're hanging tough. They really are. They're staying in the game. I thought by now they'd be about 14, 15 down.
Well, Oklahoma can get that many in a minute, so don't go away. But it's 70-64 with 8:13 to go from Norman, Oklahoma. You win in this building, you've done something. Last 78 games here, Oklahoma's 76-2.
And one of those losses was a heartbreaker to Kansas State when they had a 13-point lead with 3 minutes to go and lost.
Dump it low to King, double teamed, and Pritchard comes out with the ball.
Good defensive effort right there by Kansas. A lot of awareness, anticipation.
Larry Brown wants play number 3. We'll see what that is. Piper from 18. And they cut the lead to 4.
Excellent call right there by Larry Brown. They pop Piper up to the elbow of the foul line. He shoots the open jump shot.
The crowd says, come on, let's go. 10,871 in here tonight. Another sellout. King on his favorite side of the court, short on the jumper. Pritchard is clobbered as he got the ball, and King will pick up the foul. That's 4 on Stacey King.
They really miss Ricky Grace. Grace is such a vital part of this club. He's the engine almost to make him go.
He's coming back in.
They're going to bring him in with 7 minutes to go. Remember, he has 4 fouls. There's the ball entered inside. Look at Piper challenging him. There's the rebound. There's Pritchard going down to the deck. Is he an aggressive player? There's a look at Grace coming back on the floor with 4 fouls.
It was only the 15th foul against Oklahoma. Not in the bonus yet.
We talk about big people, but it's so important to have that point guard. Kansas is an example. If they had Blaylock, who almost committed to Kansas, they would right now be one of the top 10 teams in the nation.
Pritchard to Minor. Piper again, same spot. Not the same result. Seager with a rebound. It's a 4-point game, 6:59 to go.
Seager not a good ball handler.
Grace faked the three-pointer.
They spot up to that three-point line. They know where it is. 3 men on the perimeter.
Seager for 3. Boy, those kill you, don't they?
They know where it is, and they just spot up.
Seager with 10. That's 5 Oklahoma players in double figures.
Kansas doing a real excellent job against the pressure. Posting someone up. Timeout by Larry Brown.
He needs to talk about it. His club got within 4. Now they're down by 7. 6:33 to go in the game. This sign is intimating that Dick can't make up his mind. First he says Billy's a genius. No, he's not. Billy's a genius. No, he's not. And there's signs everywhere. And there are some ugly folks here tonight, I'll tell you what.
They said they're lookalikes. I used to wear glasses. Look at those bald domes.
It's not a pretty sight, is it?
I'll tell you, I got my fanfare behind me. Look at the shot selection right here. Oklahoma 9 for 25 from three-point line. And that's the difference. You can look any way you want. Look at Kansas from two-point line. 27 for 46.
And the lead is 7 right now. In the second half, Oklahoma's hit 6 of 10 after a miserable 3 out of 15 outing in the first 20 minutes. Every possession becomes more important now. Piper under pressure.
Each possession becomes bigger and bigger, Mike, especially when you live with the deuce.
Yeah. Pritchard dumps it inside. Manning couldn't hold it.
They're having a real tough time getting the ball inside to Danny. In the first half, Danny was able to do anything he really wanted.
In the second half, he only has 4 points. 24 for the night. This is Grace. Oh, what a shot. Are you kidding?
Great shot by Ricky Grace, but you know what, Mike? I thought he was going to pull up in transition and try the 3.
Dick, you saw them practice. Do they have a delay?
I'll tell you one thing. In practice, they were firing. You should have seen their second team. In fact, Stacey King told you and I, he said, heck, our second team is good enough to play with most clubs' first team.
Manning throws up a prayer. Got the rebound. Nice head fake and the ball.
Where's the foul?
Tied Wayman Tisdale as the #1 scorer of all time in the Big 8. And Larry Brown was up asking the same question.
Well, Kansas didn't want him to stop the game. I thought they should have stopped the game and
I do too.
had a presentation for that special moment. It wasn't Oklahoma. Billy Tubbs told us last night, if they want to stop it, we'd be glad to stop it.
Martin lost it. 3-on-2. Minor ahead to Pritchard.
Oh, look how tough. Hey, who said he can't jump? They told me today that Kevin Pritchard is slow. He can't jump.
Blaylock back the other way. It is a 5-point ball game. Grace. Offensive foul? No.
What would have been big, that would have been number 5 and bye-bye for Ricky Grace.
Boy, it was close.
Now watch the penetration by Grace. Does he charge?
It is an offensive
yes,
foul.
It is. He's gone.
The official did not give the signal that you normally look for. Just walked up the court. That is 5 on Grace.
And that is big, especially going to the crunch time, the last 5 minutes, losing their point guard.
He fouls out with 16 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals, and it's a 5-point lead.
Blaylock now will rotate over and play the point guard position, and he's very capable as a point.
It's getting very interesting in Norman, Oklahoma.
You always expect that with Kansas and Oklahoma. I believe someone told me today 26 meetings when these clubs play, and Kansas has at least won one of the battles in the last 26 years.
Pritchard to Berry, back to Pritchard. Had the open jump shot and passed. That's his shot.
Remember, Oklahoma beat them over at Lawrence after Kansas State broke that winning streak, 55 in a row at home, and Kansas State and then Oklahoma beat them back-to-back.
Manning. Oh, how did that get in?
He's got that touch, Mike. He has that special touch, that good rotation. That's the record for Danny Manning.
He owns it, the #1 scorer of all time in Big 8 basketball, and the lead is 3.
And that means more to Larry Brown and Danny.
Grant forced it. Manning with a rebound. Ahead to Berry, who held up. Manning saw him breaking, threw the ball, and Berry stopped.
They are really playing hard, Kansas. They are fighting and scrapping here.
Grant fouled by Manning. And Manning said, hey, I just put the hands up.
That's number 4 on Danny. They've done a great job neutralizing and shutting down Grant on the inside.
They have that. Grant was hot early. He's been stuck on 15 points for a long time.
I can't believe how talented Danny Manning really is. I'll tell you something. You have to sit here at courtside to appreciate his gifted skills.
Having a chance to see the game against Duke where he was brilliant and seeing him tonight after seeing him a few times, those are the best 2 games I've seen him play, Dick.
Well, I saw him earlier. Look at right here. He's #1, Danny Manning. Congratulations, Danny. Also to his dad, Ed, who worked with him as a youngster.
Grant hits both free throws. Oklahoma 77, Kansas 72. We approach 4 minutes.
Almost scary that Danny Ferry, J.R. Reed, and Danny Manning almost all went to Chapel Hill.
Yeah. They could have just called in the results, couldn't they?
Wow.
Newton, Manning rebound. Newton's got the rebound. Kansas battling inside. They've cut the lead back to 3.
Out hustling the Sooners on the glass.
And Newton has 17 points.
He's played an excellent second half. Very active player, Milton Newton. Big possession right now for Kansas and for Oklahoma. Kansas needs the defensive stop.
The fans here really don't understand what's going on. 3-pointer. King with a follow. Roll after Mullins missed it.
What an impressive play right there by Stacey King.
King has 17 in 11 out of 12 games in this building. Oklahoma's been over 100 points this year. They're in a dogfight right now.
Right now, almost every possession, they're going to go to number 25.
Manning missed, but he tipped it in.
Oh, good second effort. No one blocks him out. Every possession, he will touch the rock down the stretch.
He has 30.
I told you early to get those 25-plus in there.
Grant to the baseline. It's spun out, but King put it up. He's fouled. Good job by King, and a tough break for Grant.
Stacey King right now is getting good offensive position. See, Manning right now can't check him. He's got 4 fouls. Grant blows by him. Piper rotates over to give some help. There's the good inside offensive rebound position by Stacey King.
Foul on Newton is his 4th. King, a 71% free throw shooter. Kansas has not done that well at the line tonight. We'll see if they can pick it up down the stretch.
Oklahoma and Purdue would be some kind of matchup. Purdue with that excellent defense, that good half-court offense. There's the conversion. We talked about Purdue today with John Feinstein. You know, he wrote that book on Bobby Knight, and a lot of people, you know, don't give him enough credit with all the positives he said about Bobby.
Well, John's an excellent writer.
Also, Bob Gretz is here. I really envy him from the Kansas City Star. He's going all over the country, picking any game he wants because the finals are in Kemper, and he's just going all over the nation, doing one report after another. I would love to be doing what he's doing.
Oklahoma not giving Kansas any breathing room. Minor forced one up way short. Manning, another offensive rebound, goes
Look
to the
at
hoop.
Danny Manning.
Newton with a follow, he's fouled. Boy, Manning and Newton battling so hard, and Danny Manning has been absolutely brilliant in the last 10 minutes.
Newton gets the opportunity because Manning keeps the ball alive. The one rap on Danny Manning has been that he's been a soft player. But you watch him right here, he's not soft. There's the pump fake. He goes up, maybe could have been fouled right there. Keeps it alive for his buddy Newton. Look at him working, number 25, All-American.
Newton has put the thrill back in the free throw, only shooting 47%. And these are big shots. He gets 2.
Danny goes over, says, take it easy. He's also a leader. You know why Mr. and Mrs. Manning can be proud of Danny? Not only because he's a great talent, but he's a fine young man, a good kid.
Newton gets the second. It's 81-77, 4-point lead. Kansas needs to play some tough defense.
Yeah, 3 would really be crucial right here if they drop one of those 3-point bombs.
Seeger inside to King, ahead to let him go.
Stacey King with a monster mash, and it's rocking and rolling in Norman, Oklahoma.
King leads the Sooners with 21. The margin is up to 6. Three-pointer by Newton.
Can't make the free throw, but he drills the trifecta.
He's a much better shooter from the outside than he is from the free throw line.
We got a good game, Mike. Really exciting.
Newton has 21, which ties his career high.
Oh, the three-point
on Manning. He's gone.
Bye-bye, Danny, but they're counting that goal. They should give Danny Manning a standing ovation here. This will be his last appearance in Norman, Oklahoma.
He fouls out with 1:48 to go.
There's the drive down the lane.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the bump. There's the bump on Blaylock. I want to stand and cheer for him. I'll tell you something. This is my last time seeing him play in person. He's been a treat, a real treat as a college player.
And now the load will fall on Milt Newton as Manning goes out with 30 points. A brilliant game. Breaks the Big 8 scoring record set by the Sooners' Wayman Tisdale.
The thing I like about him, Mike, he's so unselfish.
He really proved some things to me tonight, Dick. As you had mentioned, the one rap on him was being soft. In crunch time tonight, he was anything but soft. And now Blaylock can make it a 6-point lead with 1:48 to go. This is the old-style three-point play. And he missed it.
Right now, Pritchard's going to have to carry the burden looking for that open jump shot.
Minor. He has not made one all year and still hasn't. Seeger with a rebound.
Right now, they'll spread the court. Little change of direction. Let's see if they can be a little patient. Can they be a little patient?
You wonder if they can hold the ball for more than 15 seconds. And Pritchard won't let them. He commits the foul. Well, they've got the quickness, the ball handling ability. You'd think they could run a nice delay.
I've really been impressed with the Big 8, but the big question with the Big 8 versus the Big 4, which I call the Big 4, the Big 10, the Big East, the ACC, and the SEC, is whether or not they can replace all the stars that'll be graduating and consistently get the great recruits. Think about it. Derek Chivas, Danny Manning, Jeff Grayer, Mitch Richmond. Those guys are all moving on. The one thing about the other conferences, they consistently recruit the blue-chip thoroughbred.
86-80 with 1:25 to go. Blaylock with 15 points tonight. His average is 17.3.
It's been fun, partner.
Oh, this has been a kick.
It's been fun.
1:25 to go. Timeout on the court. Oklahoma 87. Kansas 80.
This is history in the Big 8. Danny Manning saying bye-bye to the record of Wayman Tisdale. There he is. He uses that ball fake and head fake better than any player I've seen on a college level. There he is, Danny Manning, the All-American, breaking Wayman Tisdale's Big 8 record for most points in 4 years here at Kansas.
.25 to go in the game. Oklahoma 87, Kansas 80. Jayhawks basketball. Got to go for the three-pointer now. They will need at least 3 possessions. Oklahoma doesn't have to shoot anymore.
Well, it's really tough to go for the three-point shot, Mike, when you don't utilize it all year long.
Pritchard walk.
A walk. You're definitely a walk.
And that was a major league walk, too. He got all full 3 steps in.
Yeah, they'd even blow that in the NBA.
Well, maybe not. And here's a reach-in foul called on Barry.
I know they want the deliberate foul, but the book, when you look at the definition in the book on the deliberate foul, in that case right there, as long as he's going for the ball.
That's right. And Blaylock, 65% shooter, will go back to the line. And you can see what Oklahoma does when the tempo gets up. And they have 87 tonight.
Coming up next,
Georgetown of St. John's is next.
Yeah, that's a good one. Georgetown coming off that fracas with Pittsburgh. Good to see the Big East make a little move to try and curb it. But I think nationally, if you had a rule, you watch right here, a three-point attempt.
Newton with a miss, and the foul will go on Kansas.
I think, Mike, if you had the simple rule put in by the NCAA, and I don't want to hear that the NCAA can't do it or not, because if we can have rules committees put in three-point shots, and we can have, for example, recruiting rules put in, I think if you put a rule in universally, and it would be accepted, I believe, by all the coaches, if a player is ejected for fighting, he's suspended for a minimum of 2 games, you really would deter some of the fighting that goes on.
I would hope so, and it's a black eye for basketball. It shouldn't be happening. Mullins goes to the line. 1:06 left in this game. His first free throw on the night. On the season, a 75% shooter. He's a red shirt last year.
Well, Billy Tubbs has certainly got to be excited getting the W, because they did not shoot well, and certainly Kansas really came here and played with a great effort.
But Oklahoma is going to be 25-2 and 1 game away from clinching at least the tie for the Big 8. 9-point lead. Berry for 3. Grant with a rejection.
Harvey's been quiet offensively, but he makes the big block right there on the baseline.
Oklahoma with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in double figures between 10 and 21 points. Tremendous balance.
That's been their story all year long. Beat you on the inside, beat you on the perimeter.
Foul was called on Seeger. The last thing that Billy Tubbs wanted was his team committing a foul and stopping that clock.
Seeger played in high school with a kid by the name of Jerry Wright. Remember Sir Jamalot for Iowa? A great slam dunker. He played in San Bernardino, California.
This is Mike Masucci, freshman from Grandview, Missouri.
They feel he's going to be a good player. Just needs some experience. And next year he'll get a lot of PT playing time.
Newton at the line. Hit 1 out of 2. Way short on that. Blaylock with a rebound. Tries to dribble it behind his back. Berry got fouled as Pritchard picked it up.
Got a little hot dog right there by Blaylock.
Newton leaned into one. And Seeger is mugged underneath.
Seeger fouled on that play. Had a chance to shoot around yesterday with Keith Jackson. He's a fair football player, isn't he?
Yeah, not bad. Tremendous tight end, although he, in the Oklahoma wishbone system, gets very little opportunity to catch the football. When he does get the opportunity, he can go get it.
I was teasing him yesterday. I said, you can't catch the ball, I hear. He said, are you kidding? Check me out in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. He'll catch a ton. Seeger, 10 points and 8 rebounds tonight. Hits the free throw. And Dorothy will have to return to the land of Oz with a loss.
You know, what about Temple with that big win yesterday on the road at West Virginia? A very tough place. You're from West Virginia.
I grew up in West Virginia, and Morgantown has always been a deadly place to play. And it almost was last night for Temple.
They beat North Carolina at North Carolina.
Nice fake by Berry, and Berry hits it, makes it 91-82.
Fundamentally solid. See, I think right now we're looking at a lot of deliberate fouls, but the book says it's one-on-one.
Let's take a look at the updated Big 8 standings. Kansas State at 7-3. They also play this evening. If they lose, Oklahoma clinches at least the tie. But the way Oklahoma looks, they're not going to need help from anybody else. They can do it themselves, thanks.
Missouri's been a disappointment to me. I anticipated them having really a great year this year.
They had a little run there.
Norm Stewart said, don't count us out yet. He told me last week, I spoke to him, he said, don't count us out. We're definitely coming on, and Chivas is playing much better.
Blaylock misses the second, but it's a 10-point margin. Pritchard goes all the way underneath, has it swatted away. There's a foul.
Is he a tough kid, Pritchard, or what?
Sure is. He's all-academic Big 8 this year, as is Chris Piper. And another all-academic Big 8 player is Seeger from Oklahoma. He's made it for the 3rd straight year. You were all-academic, weren't you?
You're tough on me.
Just asking.
I got my master's degree. You don't know that.
Is that right?
I got 30 beyond my master's degree.
No, I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Always dedicated, always a survivor,
I'm
Mike.
afraid to ask the major.
I majored in education, administration.
Oh, well, that's good. You are surprising me tonight, Dr. Vitale.
You just get ready to pay for a meal later.
All right. You got it. You're on tonight. 24 seconds left. 8-point lead. Oklahoma will go to 25-2. Kansas will drop to 17-10.
St. John's coming up with Georgetown. Big game for St. John's. They've really been slipping, and they can start playing themselves out of an NCAA berth. P.J. Carlissimo's playing his team with Seton Hall into an NCAA berth with that big win over Pittsburgh.
Kansas will not give up. Blaylock's had a fine game.
Oh, nice look.
King clobbered from behind by the free safety from the Kansas football team, Clinton Normore. Normore's got to resist the tendency to take somebody into the third row.
Watch the good look right here. Excellent pass by Mullins. There's Stacey. He thought he had himself a sure deuce. Normore says, no way, big fella.
Going to cause a fumble. King at the line with 14 seconds left. He's been very impressive, especially from the left side of the floor as we look from the far side of the floor as we looked at it there. And it's funny how some players get used to one side of the floor and have all the confidence in the world over there.
I like his mobility. This team reminds me, they're so explosive, Oklahoma. We didn't see that explosiveness here tonight, and yet they still have 93.
That's right.
But Jacksonville, years ago, with Artis Gilmore, we watched timeout being called after the basket.
Normore hits a three-pointer.
Remember that Jacksonville team in the early 70s?
I lived in Jacksonville when they had those clubs, and boy, could they light it up.
Rex Morgan.
When those guys had freshman teams, they scored 160 points a game. There's a timeout with 7 seconds left. Oklahoma by 6. Up in just a few moments, Georgetown against St. John's from the Garden in New York. Jim Kelly and Bill Raftery are there to bring you that ball game. Kansas has put out a fine effort tonight. They're down by 6 with 7 seconds to go, but Oklahoma with just too many weapons and the home court advantage. And the Sooners are tough at 25-2.
You know, it's amazing. They have 93 points, and they didn't shoot well, didn't play anywhere near their ability. It's amazing when you think of the way they can score. They got me using amazing because I have it written in front of me, amazing here. Think of the Mr. Amazing Grace.
Who fouled out and did not hurt them down the stretch by his absence. Blaylock working on the clock to take the last shot, bank it home. Oklahoma will finish with 95 and an 8-point win over Kansas. Danny Manning leaves this court for the last time with 30 points in the Big 8 scoring record. For Dick Vitale, this is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching. Let's go to Bob Lee.
Michael, only the second time this year at home, Oklahoma has been held under 100. The other team to do that was Pitt, but Oklahoma undefeated at home.